Hello and welcome to the real review of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Today we'll be looking at its story, map, combat, customization, performance and lastability, and I'll be giving it my score out of 10 at the end. So starting with story, the Ghosts, an elite US Special Forces team, are tasked to journey into Bolivia and combat the corruption of the Santa Blanca cartel and its drug lord El Sueño. Each area you clear is one step closer to finding El Sueño and ending his tyranny. From the beginning of the game, you kinda know how it will end. I haven't completed it, but I've heard there are a couple of different endings. But I doubt we'll find either surprising. You'll be fighting alongside the rebels who help you throughout and fighting against both the Santa Blanca cartel and the pesky Unidad military who seem to show up at the worst times, all the time. So the map is big. How big? Well, by my calculations, it's around 400 kilometers squared. You can work it out by simply flying to one side and then place a waypoint at the other. Do the same in the opposite direction and multiply them together. I would say it feels a bit empty sometimes, which is both a good and bad thing. Bad that at this time you probably spend a lot of time driving or flying in a heli getting to the mission area. Maybe that's a good thing though, because it is a beautiful map and I guess it'd be nice to take it in. But I say good in the fact that the map is also big enough to accommodate more content, whether that comes in a DLC form or the possible addition of what I think could be player created areas if the devs make it so, and I really hope they do so. So you drop in, you could load in your own area that you created and fight there. Maybe make your own missions, might be something. Now combat is based upon detection. You are a Ghost, a Special Forces team, which if you played previous shooters like an old fave of mine, Hidden and Dangerous, or any of the previous Ghost Recon games, Loud and Proud is not the way, although in this game it is an option and the game does give you the weapons to do so. But in most cases stealth is the key to success. Most weapons can be equipped with a suppressor, and the handy drone allows you to spot targets so you can attack from advantageous position and take them out in near silence. Moving through a base full of enemies and clearing them out one by one without alert is always a good feeling. Sniping also feels like a big part of the game, as most bases are governed by towers in which the cartel snipers will sit. Taking these out before moving in ensures you won't get spotted from afar.
Oh yeah.
Yes, weapons feel very satisfying to use, and performing a sync shot with friends is a great take on the real world's command fire tactic. Go. But while weapons feel great, movement is limited, and for some reason you cannot jump in this game. The space key in the case of the PC version is used for an action button instead, meaning that when you get close to an obstacle, the game auto detects it in front of you and allows you to jump over it. Now this is a big problem with getting stuck in ditches, because that means you won't be able to jump out because it won't detect a ledge in front of you, and you'll probably have to quick spawn back to the main base or just get killed by the nearest enemy. Also notice that there's no ladders in this game either, and I guess they didn't make the ability to climb them, so they didn't add any. So now on to customization, and the game offers us a good deal here. Once you create a character, his or her face and skin tone will stay the same, but everything else can be changed, from the hat on their head right down to the tattoos and scars on their skin. You also have a ton of customization on your weapons, and throughout your journey you're going to be picking up new parts and new weapons, each with different characteristics, benefits or drawbacks. Now weapons wear and tear over time, which is a great feature, but you can also give them a new lick of paint if you want to. Performance, and like most Ubisoft games of recent, we have a bit of an issue here. The frame rate is a tad low, mine being around 45 to 70 frames most of the time, but sometimes even dropping a bit lower. I have an i7 4790K with a GTX 970. Also been getting frequent crashes which seem to happen as I enter between different map areas, and loading back into the game is not a quick process. Ubisoft are working on these problems though, and hopefully we will get better performance shortly in the future. So on to the last point, and this is lastability. It's a single player game with the option to co-op with up to 3 other friends. Other than that, you're going to have to work with the free AI. Now if one friend joins, the free AI will drop. And take my recommendation and find at least one friend to play this with. The AI are a mixed bag. Sometimes they take out the enemy with pinpoint precision, and other times, say you're being hunted, they run off to leave you getting shot in the back because an enemy comes in the door you thought they were covering. Now the game works so much better with a friend and becomes so much more fun. Sync shots require you to count time, and as long as the friend you play with is at a good level, your effectiveness will definitely be higher. I also want to say on this point, last ability, that missions can become slightly repetitive, especially the side missions which you do to build up specific skill points and rebel effectiveness. I found that the most fun comes from playing a game on the extreme difficulty where the enemies are pinpoint accurate, so you're not just blitzing every mission or area you attempt. On completion of all area mission tasks, you go to face the area boss. My recommendation on this mission is to turn your HUD off completely to take it to a whole other level of realism. I only wish they added a first person mode into the game. If they did, then that would take it up another level. Maybe we'll see that in the future, but I'm guessing probably not, and it should have been in the game originally. So with that all said, here's my evaluation. It's a great open world shooter with a beautiful map and plenty of potential. Best played with at least one friend on extreme difficulty, using the options to turn off HUD elements to get the best sense of realism. I've had great fun on it so far, and as a co-op game, I'm going to rate it 8.5 out of 10. But as a single player, I would drop it a further 2 points down to 6.5. Now I hope you enjoyed this review and found it helpful in some way. For more reviews and helpful tips in the games I play, please subscribe to the channel. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
And I've been counting down